video. Today we're going to make vegetarian taco skillet supper. I'm actually going to make this for our dinner tonight, so maybe you can cook along, and I hope you enjoy this recipe. We're going to start with an onion and some garlic that we're going to mince up, and then we're going to saute that, and we're going to cook some brown rice and some green lentils, and we're going to cook that in some vegetable broth. If you have leftover rice that's already cooked, you could use that and then toss in a can of lentils. So you could kind of skip the first part of the recipe if you already have the cooked rice and the canned lentils available to you. We're also going to add some spices. We're going to add some oregano, some paprika, some cayenne, and some chili powder. We're going to add some diced tomatoes, some jarred salsa, whatever heat level you like is what you can use, and some black beans, as well as grated zucchini. If you have a bell pepper in your fridge, you could use that too. We're going to add some shredded cheddar cheese and some frozen corn egglets. So we'll get this all ready and I'll see you at the stove. So what I have is a large skillet, and I've got it over medium-high heat. Make sure you have a skillet with a lid because you have to cover the pan when you're cooking the rice and the lentils. I've got a tablespoon of olive oil in here that's been heating, and I'm going to add my onion and my clove of garlic that have been chopped up. And I'm going to saute these for a few minutes until they start to get soft. The onions and garlic are nice and soft now. We're going to add our lentils and our brown rice. There's half a cup of each. The lentils have been rinsed. We're going to stir that together with the onions and garlic. And we're going to season this with 2 teaspoons of chili powder, a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of cumin, and just a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And we're going to saute that for a minute to release all the fragrances in the spices. And then to that we're going to add 2½ cups of vegetable broth, low sodium if you have it. We're going to stir all that together, and we're going to bring this mixture up to a boil. It won't take very long because it's pretty shallow and wide. And when this comes to a boil, I'm going to cover it, and we're going to let it simmer for 20 to 30 minutes, or until the lentils and rice are done. Okay, so the rice has been cooking for about 40 minutes now. Depending on the brand of rice that you have, sometimes it can take as little as 20 minutes, sometimes it might take 40 to 45 minutes. But everything's nice and soft. If you need to add more liquid to the pan as it's cooking, just add it in 1/4 cup increments. If you notice that the pan is starting to get really dry, just add a little more. And what you want is for the lentils and the rice to be nice and soft and cooked the way you like them. Now it's all done, we can add the rest of the ingredients. We're going to add the salsa and the black beans. We're going to add a can of diced tomatoes, and we're going to add some frozen corn and some shredded zucchini. And we're going to add about 3/4 cup of shredded cheese. And we're going to season this with just a little bit of salt and pepper. And we're going to combine these all together. It doesn't seem like a lot when you start off with only a ½ cup each of the rice and the lentils, but once you add all the other ingredients, it really bulks out. And this is ample to feed 4 to 6 people. Okay, so now what we're going to do is that's all been mixed. I'm going to take the rest of the cheese that I have, and I'm just going to spread that over the top evenly. And I'm going to increase the heat to medium, and I'm going to put the lid back on, and I'm going to just let that sit for 5 or so minutes until everything's nice and bubbly and the cheese is all melted. Okay, so this has been simmering for another 5 to 10 minutes, and it's all bubbly, the cheese is melted, and it's ready to serve. I've dished this up and I've garnished it with a little bit of sour cream. You could also use plain Greek yogurt. You can garnish it with a lime wedge. If you have some fresh cilantro, you can put that over the top too. If you have any leftovers, you could roll them into whole wheat tortillas and make burritos or enchiladas. It's also a great filling for quesadillas. This recipe will be online at www.lauralinson.com, and I hope you enjoy it. See you next time. Bye-bye.